Ah, the movies. Between the buttered popcorn and excitement as the lights go down, I find a very special and unique experience at the movies. There's truly nothing like it. Not only do I love movies in general, but the human experience of watching a movie with friends and strangers surrounding you is incomparable. When I was a kid, I couldn't really afford the movies very often. It was kind of a treat or a delicacy, if you will. But when I was 16, I actually got a job at a movie theater. And by the time I was 18, I was already an assistant manager. This kind of just enhanced my love for the movie theater experience, and now having more insider information onto, I already knew I wanted to be somewhere in the film industry, but now I knew that I liked to do production more. And I also knew more about the big bad villains of the film world. Before Netflix and inflation, going to the movies was a very cheap form of entertainment, and it was also really good for filmmakers to be able to show their work to as many people as possible. Then these big studios kind of emerged once these feature films were kind of the dominant form of the movie theater entertainment. And so these studios created their own theaters, and then in turn, now in the present day, those big theaters the big studios still own the big theater chains. And just in the past 3 years, we've gone to averaging $9 a ticket to $11 a ticket, and most places charging at least $12. In the day and age of Netflix, it begs the question, why pay that much to watch a movie you can get with your HBO Max subscription? You're paying for that human experience of seeing the movie with the other people around you. And it's even more special when they're just as excited as you. I know that there's plenty of videos online of people seeing Avengers Endgame for the first time, and all the whole theater lighting up and that kind of stuff. But being able to do that, it's a very unique experience that only exists in movie theaters. When I worked at the movie theater, around the time I actually started, a big studio, I'm not going to say who, told our theater owner if we didn't raise our prices to $8.50, which at the time they were $7.99, they would pull their movies from our theater, which was mostly surrounded, it was mostly a family theater, like children, families, that kind of stuff. Why would they do that? Well, the studio takes 66% of each ticket, meaning that a $10 ticket would give a studio $6 rather than $5 for an $8 ticket. Big theater chains will often have tickets up to $15, making more money in their 33% on top of profiting from concession sales. So they're not necessarily being pushed to raise their prices, they just kind of want to make more off of that 33% that they're actually getting. Big theater chains will often, in terms of that, they also like to gouge their popcorn prices because, you're already paying $15 for a ticket, you might as well pay $15 for popcorn too. With the pandemic, of course, theaters were hurt like many other businesses, but a lot of theaters are not bouncing back. Now, studios have the power to skip the theaters altogether and go directly to their own streaming services. That in themselves is going to be obviously a problem for movie theaters, but it's also going to be a problem for the people who, aren't big chains, the smaller movie theaters, the local movie theaters. Movie theaters are speaking out. Even people like Christopher Nolan have spoken out about this, and nothing has changed. That's why it's up to us movie watchers, to go to our local movie theater and support them. Every Friday a new movie comes out. Go to your local movie theater, and there's truly nothing like walking in and smelling the fresh popcorn and looking at all the flashing lights of the arcade. Some movie theaters have their own restaurants. You have all kinds of treats and candies to choose from, and you just can't compete with movie theater butter. So that is my message to you. Keep going to the movies. Support your local movie theater, because they might not be around much longer if you don't. Small movie theaters are especially hurt right now, and they're especially counting on us movie lovers to do exactly what we love and watch movies. There's always something new to watch. And with that, I want to conclude this video by saying, yes, of course I'm biased since I worked at a movie theater, but come on, man, I don't want to live in a future where movie theaters are extinct and a thing of the past like VHS. I want to save the movie theaters. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again whenever I see you.